The week kicked off with two heated debates that had the audience on edge from start to finish. On Monday, Femi Comprehensive College clinched their spot in the round of 16 after a passionate argument that teachers should be the highest paid public servants. And later that day, it was a battle of intellect as International School, University of Lagos, went head-to-head with Silver Sands Hall High School. After an intense exchange on whether ASU strikes do more harm than good, ISL came out on top and advanced to the next round. It's only Tuesday, and the competition is already raising the bar. So get ready, because today's debaters are set to prove that when it comes to ideas, confidence, and clarity, young minds truly lead the way. Welcome once again to I Beg to Differ Season 9. This is the first edition in the season, the first of two Lagos regional finals. I'm Femi Obong-Daniels.
And I'm Yvonne Okhaifo. You can listen to I Beg to Differ live on Kids FM 101.7. We're also streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Join the live streams, interact with fellow viewers, and of course, vote for who you think will win this round of debates. If you miss any of the action this week, don't worry. You can catch up on Wazobia Max Television at the weekend. That's DSTV channel 259, GoTV channel 98, and Star Times channel 195. We're grateful to GZ Industries, the lead sponsor of this season. We're also grateful to Multi-Plan Pathway College, Finna Microfinance Bank, and Obiwizi for their tremendous support. Remember, if you want any kind of gadget at all, Obiwizi is where you go. You'll hear more about our sponsor and partners throughout the course of the competition.
Well, time to meet our judges, starting with the Chief Judge, Dr. Chike Ngbadiche, Head of Department, Communication, Media and Cultural Studies, Pan-Atlantic University, Lagos. Welcome, Chief Judge Chike. Hilary Noruka, our Digital Editorial Lead, Nigeria Info. He's our guy who's there, making sure that everything goes well, even in case we run into trouble of some sort. Judge Ama Ekove is the Programs Manager, Center for Inclusive Social Development. Welcome, Judge Ama. Judge Ufoma Egbamuno is the News Manager for Nigeria Info, also of Kids FM, of Cool FM, of Wazobia FM. We bid you welcome, Judge Ufoma. Finally, Judge Yvonne Okhaifo, Principal Vaughn, broadcaster and elocution coach. She's our diction coach, diction judge for this season. Welcome to you all, our esteemed judges.
Thank you, Femi. The winner of this edition will walk away with 5 million naira and 3 Samsung tablets. Second place finisher takes home 3 million naira and 3 Bluetooth speakers. And third place finisher earns 2 million naira and 3 Bluetooth headphones. All these amazing gadgets are courtesy of Obiwizi, because I Beg to Differ, it's not just about debating, it's about rewarding brilliance.
No doubt. Time now for us to meet our contestants. This first debate of two pits Rahmaniyah Private Schools, Agege, Lagos, against Heritage Group of Schools, Ofada, Ogun State. And even as I speak, I'm seeing familiar faces in our studios from Heritage Group of Schools. Rahmaniyah Private Schools are debuting in the I Beg to Differ series. Heritage Group of Schools are making a return from season 8.
That's right.
Let's meet our contestants. Lagos, Nigeria, the rest of the country. Please make welcome for the duo of Salaudeen Amira Ayomikun and Bakre Husna Oluwademilade. Is that correct, young ladies?
Yes, sir.
What did I mispronounce?
Nothing.
Welcome, both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Amira is 15. She's in SS3. Is that what the majority of people know you by?
Yes.
Amira. At home and in school.
Yes.
Fantastic. Demilade, is that what people call you mostly? Husna. Fantastic. So Husna is 13.
Yeah.
She's in SS1. Welcome to both of you from Rahmaniyah Private Schools, Agege, Lagos. Once again, thank you very much. Their opponents making a return. Please welcome the duo of Ayeba Tokoni, Leah Zipele, and Babalola Deborah Toluwalope. Welcome, Leah. It's good to see you again.
Thank you, sir.
Miss Zipele. You see, I'm not struggling with that surname now like I did the first time. Welcome. So, by the way, Ayeba Tokoni, Leah is 14 years of age.
Yes, sir.
And in SS2 at Heritage Group of Schools of Fada, Ogun State.
Yes, sir.
Brilliant. You know, the last time they were here, I didn't even know from the off that that school was in Ogun State.
Neither did I.
Deborah Toluwalope Babalola is also 14, but in SS3 at the school. Welcome to both of you from Heritage Group of Schools of Fada, Ogun State once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, special thanks to all our partners and sponsors. I beg to differ. Season 9, the first Lagos Regional Finals, is brought to you by GZI Industries, ably supported by OB Wheezy. We also have the proud supportership of Fina Trust Microfinance Bank, as well as Multi-Plan Pathway College. You'll be hearing a lot more about those in the days ahead.
Indeed, Femi. These contestants were told to prepare for both sides of this topic. They will now find out how they will argue this evening. I've got 2 folded pieces of paper here. Pick one.
And so, as we progress without little exercise, I'd like to remind you that you will get 4 minutes each in the presentation rounds. 4 minutes each. Also in the rebuttal rounds is 4 minutes. For your closing round, you'll get 3 minutes. Now, during your rebuttals, you must first refute your opponent's points before adding new points of your own. Rahmaniyah Private School, Amira and Husna, pay attention. Pay attention. Take notes. You may both take notes and exchange those notes for whoever is going to do the rebuttal round. If you have time after rebutting, you might add new points that had not been added. But you must first rebut everything. If you rebut 2 or 5 and then you quickly jump and start adding points, those extra points will not count. Okay? That's clear. In addition to the strength of your points, you'll be judged for your elocution and style of presentation. The judges are looking at your style and elocution throughout, but particularly in round 3, which is not about new points, but your style. Okay? If you tie after the debate, there will be a tiebreaker round. In that round, you will switch sides. You'll get 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You determine who wants to go for each for the school. And if the person who goes falters, the other person can pick it up with just 1 or 5 minutes to argue the position previously argued by your opponent, after which a decision will be made. And if you tie again in that, we will break it one way or the other. Is that clear?
The motion for this hour is corporal punishment in schools should be reintroduced in Lagos. One side will say yes, the other side will say no. We will now find out how these contestants have picked this evening. I will start with Rahmaniyah Private Schools. How will you argue?
In support of the motion.
You will support the motion that corporal punishment in schools should be reintroduced in Lagos. And that leaves Heritage Group of Schools with the opposing side.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. May I please have the pieces of paper you took from me earlier? Thank you. Femi, will you please? Oh, never mind. Thanks. Right. Now we'll take a short break. When we return, you will hear the opening rounds of this match. It's I Beg to Differ Season 9, the first edition.
At GZI, we believe corporate success must go hand in hand with community impact. Through our corporate social responsibility initiatives, we've supported lives across Nigeria, from donating protective coveralls to street sweepers nationwide to organizing free medical outreach programs for our host communities. We're committed to improving lives, promoting safety, and giving back wherever we operate. GZI, building communities, inspiring change.
What a great start to the week we had on Monday, and Tuesday promises even better. At 4 p.m., it's Rahmaniyah Private Schools versus Heritage Group of Schools, and they are tackling the topic, should corporal punishments be reintroduced in Lagos? Then at 5 p.m., Westview College goes head-to-head with Life Joy Academy on the topic, plastic bottles should be banned in Nigeria. 2 times, 2 topics, 1 stage, 1 qualifier for the round of 16. I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me on Tuesday as the qualifier for the next round unravels. I Beg to Differ Season 9. 32 schools, now 22. 1 winner, 5 million naira, 1 grand title, the champion of champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries, supported by Obiwizi, Finna Microfinance Bank, and Multiplan Pathway College. I Beg to Differ, a tournament of champions.
Welcome back, Lagos. Welcome back, Nigeria. Welcome back, our listeners and watchers around the world. This is I Beg to Differ Season 9, the first Lagos Regional Finals. It's brought to you by GZI Industries. Thank you very much to our longtime sponsor and supporter, Obiwizi. And also, we welcome Finna Trust Microfinance Bank, as well as Multiplan Pathway College for their support.
Right. We're also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Join the live streams. Remember to like and share the live streams so that others can join as well. If you miss any of the action this week, you can catch up at the weekend on Wazobia Max Television. That's DSTV channel 259, GoTV channel 98, and Star Times channel 195.
All right. We're in now for the first debate. The spotlight shines brightly this first hour. And today, we wade into the waters of discipline and direction. Should corporal punishment make a comeback in Lagos schools? On the pro-paddle side, Rahmaniyah Private Schools arguing that the rod may restore respect, order, and obedience in the classroom. Husna and Amira will make that argument. On the literally opposing that strike, Heritage Group of Schools, Leah and Deborah, ready to remind us that fear does not foster learning and that punishment may produce pain, not progress. Will the case for the cane win today, or will compassion prevail? It's time to take sides, turn up the tension, and let the debate begin.
Rahmaniyah, you've got 4 minutes to open your case. Your time starts now.
By now, most of us are familiar with these headlines. Lagos student stops teacher for punishing him, Vanguard November 2022. Student arrested for killing teacher in Oyo, Premium Times May 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll agree with me that with headlines like this, the case of Lagos schools today has become the case of the tail wagging the dog. Because in the days of our parents, your days as students, the report that was rampant was teachers beating or spanking students. Today, the opposite is the case. We now hear of students beating, injuring, and even killing their teachers in the process. All of this became rampant when corporal punishment was stopped in our schools. Good respected judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and my ever-attentive audience. Salaudin Amra is my name, representing Rahmaniyah Private School. I'm here with firm conviction to support the motion school corporal punishment should be reintroduced in Lagos. And I'm not here with empty words. I'm here with more than enough solid points, sharpened like arrows of truth and reason. Ladies and gentlemen, let's face reality. Look around, from our primary schools to our secondary halls, discipline has taken flight and chaos has taken over. That brings me to this point. Discipline in schools has declined sharply. Walk into schools today and you see students who talk back at teachers, fight in class, and even strolling late as if school were a playground. These are not tales from a foreign land. They happen right here in Lagos. Why? Because the cane was thrown out the window, and with it, respect, obedience, and moral order. Furthermore, control corporal punishment builds responsibility. The absence of corporal punishment has made many students bold in wrongdoings and weak in responsibilities. Corporal punishment, when used moderately and wisely, reminds students that actions have consequences. Just as a gardener prunes a tree to help it grow straight, a teacher corrects a student to help them grow upright. Also, the fear of correction prevents repeated misconduct. As the famous saying goes, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. But for children, the fear of Cain is the beginning of wisdom. In the past, the mere knowledge that flogging awaited wrongdoers kept many students in line. Psychologists also confirm that immediate and consistent consequences help shape behavior faster than verbal warnings. A few strokes administered with fairness can prevent 1,000 acts of defiance. Furthermore, corporal punishment works when monitored and regulated. Let's get one thing straight. We're not calling for abuse or brutality. There's a world of difference between correction and cruelty. Corporal punishment must be regulated, supervised, and administered by trained educators, not in anger, but in fairness. Just as Singapore and Malaysia have clear codes, Lagos State Ministry of Education can design ours. The goal is not to harm, but to guide. Also, alternative punishments have proven ineffective. Detention, counseling, or writing lies are too mild and time-consuming to deter many modern students, especially in today's social media age where rebellion is often glorified. In some Lagos schools, students boast of being suspended as if it were a badge of honor. These soft punishments have failed to curb bullying and other vices. A balanced approach that includes corporal punishment will bring back seriousness and accountability. Furthermore, our culture values correction through the rod. In African tradition, discipline is an expression of love, not hatred. For centuries, moderate corporal punishment has been part of our communal upbringing. To abandon this cultural wisdom completely is to trade discipline for reported permissiveness. Furthermore, corporal punishment builds resilience and emotional strength. Corporal punishment, if properly administered, teaches children to accept consequences and move on rather than wallow in self-pity. Many successful Nigerian leaders who now lead responsibly often admit that they once corrected by the cane. And I'm almost 100% sure that elders in this room, including the judges, received corporal punishment as children. That has helped them in the success they have achieved today. That resilience is what today's generation is losing. Also, corporal punishment serves as a deterrent for serious offenses like drug use and violence. In recent years, some Lagos schools have seen cases of drug use, cult-like activities, and violence among students. These are not ordinary misdemeanors. Thus, they must be met with serious deterrents. According to a popular street balance, we're laughing wuwere. An extreme or unconventional misbehavior must be met with extreme or unconventional punishment. Also, a disciplined generation builds a peaceful society. If we continue raising children without them facing actual consequences of their actions, we risk a future filled with lawlessness. And as Brian Tracy said in his best-selling book, No Excuses, The Power of Self-Discipline, choices made with discipline leads to freedom, but indisciplined choices will lead to regret. Thank you.
Well done. What an opener. That's Amira Ayomikon Salaudin, 15-year-old SS3 student of Rahmaniyah Private School, Agege, Lagos.
Now we will hear from Heritage Group of Schools of Fada, Ogun State. Representing them, Ayeba Tokoni Leah Zipele is the chief speaker. You've got 4 minutes. Your time starts now.
My adjudicators and my attentive listeners, they say, when the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem begins to look like a nail. But must every mistake be met with a cane? Must we teach obedience through fear instead of wisdom? I rise to strongly oppose the motion that school corporal punishment should be introduced in Lagos. Discipline is not the number of strokes on the body, but the values built in the mind. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon it can use to change the world. But how can we change the world? When classrooms become cuts of pain instead of centers of growth. Lagos does not need the return of cane, but the renewal of care, counseling, and creativity.
True discipline goes from guidance, not from grief. I am Zipelelia from the most prestigious Heritage group of schools, here to oppose the motion which states two corporal punishment should be introduced in Lagos. To begin with, education should correct, not crush. True discipline molds character, not fear, but true understanding. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon it can use to change the world. A child bruised by fear cannot be bold enough to change the world. Secondly, corporal punishment silences curiosity. A classroom bruised by fear silences curiosity. When students begin to see teachers as threats instead of mentors, learning becomes an obligation, not a passion. Moving on, empirical data reviews are not improvement. A 2023 UNESCO report shows that over 65% of Lagos students facing physical discipline in schools. In the case of indiscipline, examination, malpractice, and bullying keep rising. This proves pain doesn't produce progress. Furthermore, it beats aggression, not obedience. Studies by Geshoff and Gogo and Kelo 2016 shows that students who are exposed to constant discipline become more aggressive and less empathetic, perpetuating cycles of violence in the society. Concurrently, violate child protection laws and human rights. The UN Convention on the Right of a Child and Nigerian Child Act 2003 both prohibit physical violence against children in any forms, both at home and in school alike. Additionally, modern education demands emotional intelligence. In the 21st century, schools aim to develop social and emotional skills, not fear-driven silence. Emotional coaching and perform corporal punishment in shaping lasting behavior. You must know that it beats injustice. Corporal punishments are often applied unfairly. Some students are beaten more harshly than others, breeding resentment, rebellion, and a sense of injustice. More interestingly, reducing school attendance. Studies by UNICEF 2023 has shown that fear of punishment remains the main reason why students skip schools, especially in rural areas, leading to declining attendance and low literacy rates. Not leaving behind, it can cause physical permanent injury. Cases have been recorded where corporal punishment has led to permanent injury or even death. No correction, I repeat, no correction is worth a child's life. Not slowing down damages mental health. The American Academy of Pediatrics warns that corporal punishment has led to low self-esteem and damage all elements of learning and growth. Did you know that Lagos should lead with enlightenment, not lashes? As Africa's hub of innovation, Lagos should pioneer a progressive discipline system that inspire, not intimidate. Great cities build great life. True love, not lashes. Let's get an acquaintance with the hard fact that moral correction needs to do not rod. Proverbs says, train up a child in the way he should go, not beat him until he goes there. Discipline needs moral correction, not physical retaliation. Let's get an acquaintance with the hard fact that it kills creativity. Corporal punishment make a student afraid to take risks or explore ideas. As Albert Einstein once said, creativity is intelligence having fun. Fear drains that intelligence and fun. You must know that it fuels resentment and rebellion. Beating children may appear obedient in the moment, but later grows rebellious inside. True obedience grows from respect, not from revenge. Moving on, it damages teachers to students' relationship. When students begin to see teachers as enemy, the bond of mentorship is broken. And believe in my opponent, no effective learning can take place without emotional connection between them. Furthermore, undermine teachers' professionalism. Teaching is a noble profession built on respect and understanding, resulting to flogging, reducing the teacher's rate from educator to enforcer. Furthermore, the world is moving forward, not backward. Over 130 countries, including Kenya, Ghana, and South Africa, has banned corporal punishment. Should Lagos move backward? When other countries are moving forward, so much remedial education, my opponent, I leave that for you to answer. Also, it makes school unsafe. Every child has the right to feel safe in school. One fear overtakes, learning dies. At the UNESCO education for all once, a fearful classroom cannot be a full classroom. A fearful classroom cannot become a full classroom. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, let's always thinkers, not tremblers, leaders, not victims. For no one has ever achieved progress through pain but purpose. Thank you.
Well done, Femi.
Yes.
We are in for something delightful today.
No doubt. No doubt. I cannot wait for the rebuttal round. This is season 9. It's heating up, people. It's brought to you by GZI Industries and our partners, Obi-Weezy, leading that pack and the rest.
Right. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Join the live streams, interact with fellow viewers. Remember to like the live stream and share as well. We'll take a short break.
Obi-Weezy is Nigeria's trusted name in affordable tech and gadget tradings. From Lagos to Abuja, from students to CEOs, Obi-Weezy is your guy for quality tech devices, brand new and pre-owned alike. Got a new phone or laptop? Bring it in and walk away with an upgrade or a cashback, or in fact, both. Whether you shop in-store or online, at obiweezy.com, you are guaranteed value, warranty, and a customer-first experience. Obi-Weezy offers affordable tech, trusted service, because with gadgets, Obi-Weezy is your guy. Follow Obi-Weezy at Instagram at Obi-Weezy backup page, or on TikTok at Obi-Weezy. That is at Obi-Weezy on TikTok. Obi-Weezy is spelled Obiweezy. That is Obiweezy.
Hello there. I'm here to tell you about the world-class beverage cans producers, GZI. At GZI, excellence is our hallmark. We produce world-class aluminum beverage cans that meet the highest international quality and safety standards. Our cans are 100% recyclable, lightweight, and designed to keep every beverage fresh while protecting the planet. With state-of-the-art facilities and responsible production practices, we are proudly setting the pace for sustainable packaging across Africa. GZI. Yes, we can.
And so can we. It's brought to you by GZI as GZ Industries. Thank you for your sponsorship. Thanks to Obi-Weezy. Thanks to Multiplan Pathways College. And thanks also to our good friends at FINA Trust Microfinance Bank.
That's right. Well, now you will hear the rebuttal rounds of this argument. The motion is corporal punishments in schools should be reintroduced in Lagos. The motion supporter is Rahmaniyah Private Schools. The motion opposer, Heritage Group of Schools. We will this round will start with the motion opposer, Heritage Group of Schools. I believe the speaker for this round, they're still deliberating.
That's probably should be Deborah Babalola Toluwalope. And please,
Deborah, are you ready?
Remember both of you. I mean, if you need, because I see you are still, you've got to decide quickly. As a reminder, this is no longer about what you believe. It's about how you're able to break down the beliefs of your opponent. Have you decided who's taking this? Who is it?
Wonderful.
Okay, let's go.
All right then, Deborah. Your time starts now.
Dear moderator, panel and my attentive audience, I'm about to Deborah and I've carefully listened to the opposing side and to my opponent 10 points, and I'm going to solidly refute them all. But permits me to begin in talents of Mahatma Gandhi, and I for an eye only of making the world blind. My opponents argue that the cane is the only cure for indiscipline, but I stand to say the cane is not the cure, it's the cause of greater harm. If flogging truly worked, then society should have been a perfect one. But here we are still battling violence, moral decay, and crime from those slave for generation. Let's remember, a bruised back may heal, but a bruised man may forever. Education is not about instilling fear, it's about inspiring change. My opponents said that discipline in schools are depreciated firmly. But we forgot that some opponents often signals frustration or unmet needs. Stop the cause, not the child. Also, my opponent said that it's with no responsibility. Dear audience, let me remind you that morality comes from reason, not through fear. You can't beat empathy into the heart of a child, rather you guide it in. Also, my opponent's point is by saying that it prevents repeated misconduct. Survivorship bias. We hear from those who succeeded, not those who drop and carry trauma. Good outcomes happen in spite of the cane, not because of it. Also, my opponent said that it helps shape behavior. Of course not. Of course not. It's about violating rights, as the Network report for. Of course not. It violates rights. The human law Act 2005 both prohibits physical violence in any form, including in schools. So what is my opponent driving at? My opponent said that corporal punishment works when regulated. But let me remind you that regulations fail. Once you legalize beating, lines blur between abuse and discipline. My opponent said that alternative methods work better. This is pure fallacy. Positive behavior support programs in countries like Finland and Canada have helped reducing misbehavior by over 40%, proving that emotional-based correction is far more effective. I repeat, far more effective than the rod. Also, my opponent said that it promotes accountability. Let me tell you, children learn fear and limits, not accountability. Accountability is tossing to the head of a child, not beating it. So just sort of let my missing that statement. My opponent said it's built resilience. But let me tell you that the American Academy of Pediatrics warned that corporal punishment leads to anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. All enemies, I repeat, all enemies of learning and growth. So what is my opponent driving that? My opponent said that it deters crime. Studies have shown that behavior returns once fear fades, moral conviction never developed. A school is a place of learning where minds are nourished, ideas regained, and the love for education is rekindled. Then what is corporal punishment doing in our schools? It's an absolute disaster. Corporal punishment produces hardened criminals, not responsible individuals. My opponent said that it's boosts academic performance. Intellectual reasoning comes from confidence and creativity, not fear. Fear kills creativity and initiative. As Abatisi once said, creativity is intelligence. Intelligence is having fun. Fear drains that creativity and fun. My opponent said that it's personal discipline and respect. A new study discovered that over 70% of Nigerian children are exposed to constant discipline. Yes, cases of school discipline keep rising. Discipline that does not produce discipline. Guidance does. I heard my opponent say that we're beaten and turned out fine. Survivorship bias, as I said earlier. We hear from those who succeeded, not those who and carry trauma. So that point is baseless. My opponent said that it teaches respect for authority. Let me tell you, corporal punishment teaches fear of authority, not respect of authority. Respect comes from fairness and mentorship, not bruises and pain. So your point is null and void. My opponent said that it encourages parental cooperation. True, but many parents also support mental health and positive reward. Show them alternative than work. Don't impose corporal punishment on them. My opponent said that it reverses the culture of hard work. Motivation lasts when given purpose and reward. Fear kills initiative and creativity. So that point is baseless. My opponent said that it reverses the culture of excellence. We're talking about cultural tradition. So was slavery was. The new culture to excellence is compassion. So my opponent, your point is null and void. My opponent said that they become obedience. Let me tell you something. Obedience is not the goal. Understanding it. A parent obeys but doesn't learn. My opponent said that it reduces dropouts. UNICEF find that corporal punishment encourages absenteeism. Students keep to avoid pain. So what is my opponent driving at? My opponent also said that scripture says, "Spare the rod, spoil the child." Even the Bible's rod symbolizes guidance. King David said, "Thy rod and thy staff comfort me." Comfort, I repeat, comfort, not cruelty. Thank you.
Oh dear. Well, the audience missed your instantaneous reaction. That all right.
Because that's all I can say at the moment, Femi.
Yeah, we have a battle on our hands. That, by the way, was Deborah. Deborah from Heritage Group of Schools. Babalola Deborah Toluwalokpe, 14 years of age, SS3 student. Heritage Group of Schools of Fada, Ogun State. We now go straight to Rahmaniyah Private Schools, Agege, Lagos, for the rebuttal from Hosna Bakri Oluwademelade.
You've got 4 minutes. Your time starts now.
Life is not a bed of roses. Nothing good comes easy. With that in mind, I say, good day, ladies and gentlemen, panel of judges, I could thank you for calling the basis of my very attractive audience. I am Bakri Hosna, I represent Rahmaniyah Private School, and I'm here to firmly dismantle the argument raised by opponents who claim that school corporal punishment should not be introduced in Lagos. The arguments are not only antiquated but also intellectually unsound. They crumble under the weight of fact, logic, and practicality. First, my opponent argues that school corporal punishment breeds violence and trauma. With due respect, not all correction is cruelty. It's a clash between discipline and abuse. Teachers are not supposed to be parents dressed in uniform. The key when used with emotion and fairness can be used to redirect stubbornness instantly. The problem lies in the misuse and not the principle itself. They also argue that school corporal punishment violates Lagos child rights law. Laws evolve with context. It's that same law that allows reasonable correction by parents and guardian. Teachers allows reasonable correction by parents and guardian. Teachers have as local parents, they serve the same trust within limits. We're not calling for brutality, but regulated return to discipline under supervision. Well as protect, they can also permit if done responsibly. They also argue that school corporal punishment causes long-term psychological harm on children. But they forget that moral failure causes more psychological harm than school corporal punishment. A child who grows up without consequences often becomes an adult who ignores laws. Several research conducted in Ghana, including that of Eric Ampofo, discovered that students who experience school corporal punishment were banned in school, in discipline was over 30%. Properly administered, the king can be corrective, not destructive. It is uncontrolled anger that causes trauma, not the cane itself. They also argue that school corporal punishment destroys student dignity or esteem. As a clash between discipline that degrades and discipline that develops. A teacher who beats a student privately with compassion, explanation, such teacher preserves dignity. But if a teacher should beat a student publicly or abuse such a student, such teacher destroys dignity. The dignity is not lost through correction; it's lost through shame. They also argue that school corporal punishment it destroys Lagos image, or it looks like when Lagos is moving back. We're in a world where they celebrate indiscipline as modernity. We're in a world where they celebrate indiscipline as modernity. The school corporal punishment can help tame this indisciplined behavior. And they also argue that school corporal punishment makes students absent in class. What else makes students absent in class aside or more than indiscipline? It's when a child is lazy or not willing to work. That students would not want to attend classes. But with school corporal punishment, it can help them to sit upright, focus on their studies, and maybe to pursue their dreams. Thank you.
Well done.
Oh, she's really young, just 13. Husna Oluwademilade Bakre, SS1 student of Rahmaniyah Private Schools, Agege, Lagos. Well done for your rebuttal round.
We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Like, comment, and share the live streams. We'll take a short break. When we come back, it will be time for these contestants to close their case.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Queen's University Belfast is a leading member of the UK's prestigious Russell Group, the equivalent of the Ivy League, known for world-class teaching, research excellence, and strong graduate employability. Found in 1845, Queen's has a long tradition of welcoming students from Nigeria into a friendly and diverse international community. Located in Belfast, one of the safest and most affordable student cities in the UK, students benefit from modern facilities, strong employer links, internship opportunities, and global career support. Queen's.
Hello there. I'm here to tell you about the world-class beverage cans producers, GZI. At GZI, excellence is our hallmark. We produce world-class aluminum beverage cans that meet the highest international quality and safety standards. Our cans are 100% recyclable, lightweight, and designed to keep every beverage fresh while protecting the planet. With state-of-the-art facilities and responsible production practices, we are proudly setting the pace for sustainable packaging across Africa. GZI. Yes, we can.
The Tournament of Champions. It's I Beg to Differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Season 9 Fest Lagos Regional Final, brought to you by GZ Industries, ably supported by Obi-Weezy, and additional support from Fina Trust Microfinance Bank and Multi-Plan Pathway Colleges. Interesting. We've debated, we've done what we need to do, but these kids still have something more to do. Just before that, a quick reminder, you can reach us everywhere.
That's right. Yes, you can. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Join the live streams. Like, comment, and share. If you miss any of the action this week, you can catch up at the weekend on Wazobia Max Television. That is DSTV channel 259, GoTV channel 98, and Star Times channel 195.
Brilliant. And now to the final phase of this debate. The closing round is the last chance to leave a mark. Of course, not with a paddle, but with powerful words and compelling clarity. Remember, no new claims will count. It's more than that now. It's just your conviction. Leave the judges with something to learn and leave the audience with something to take home with you. Leave an impression. Let's go.
Right. For this round, Rahmaniyah Private Schools will go first. Being the motion supporter, it is time to close your case.
Honorable judges, esteemed opponents, ladies and gentlemen, has this debate drawn to a close on the topic school corporal punishment should be reintroduced in Lagos, so important that it will make or mar the future of our children? We start at a crossroads. Behind us, the path of permissibility, where discipline has become a dirty word and chaos reigns in our classrooms. Before us, the path of restoration. Today, we have argued not for violence, but for order, not for brutality, but for correction. Let us state an undeniable truth. Our schools in Lagos are in a state of emergency. Teachers have been relegated to mere toothless bulldogs, and a minority of students hold the future of the majority to ransom. We have tried dialogue, we have tried counseling, but what has been the result? A steady decline into anarchy. If we refuse to provide disciplined guidance, the world will provide a much harsher lesson. This is not about inflicting pain, it's about instilling memory. It's about providing immediate, tangible consequences for actions that destroy our learning environment. The fear of a moment's discomfort can prevent a lifetime of error. To those who cite Western studies, we say look to our local realities. A 2020 NY Pulse survey confirmed what every concerned parent knows. Over 64% of Nigerians understand that sometimes a firm hand is the language of love, the language that saves our children from the path of destruction. So what is the alternative you propose? More talks, more suspensions that become extended holidays for the unruly? We cannot dialogue with a student who dismantles a classroom. We cannot counsel a bully in the act of tormenting his victim. We need a tool that works, that is immediate, and that is understood. Reintroducing moderate corporal punishment is that tool. It is the reset button our education system desperately needs. Ladies and gentlemen, my opponents are either Christians or Muslims. They mainly subscribe to the teachings of the Quran or the Bible. Yet, when it comes to the spare the rod doctrine, they play the ostrich. They want to eat their cake and have it. They want to use the invention and discard the manual. I'm here to remind them that both books are manuals from our maker. Failure to follow the manufacturer's instruction can only lead to the destruction of the machine. God, who gave us the gift of children, has given us the solution to their upbringing. Spare the rod and spoil the child. We cannot continue to pretend to be wiser than our Lord, because that certainly is the easiest path to destruction. Ladies and gentlemen, therefore, I urge you, do not be swayed by the sentimental argument divorced from our context. Do not abandon our children to the false mercy of indiscipline. Let us choose the path of courage. Let us choose the path of responsibility. Let us choose the path of discipline. Let us reintroduce corporal punishment in our schools and reclaim the future of Lagos, one disciplined child at a time. Thank you.
Well done.
Brilliant closing. Brilliant closing. To Alaudin Amira Ayomikun of Rahmaniyah Private Schools at Gege, Lagos. Fantastic.
Now we will hear from Heritage Group of Schools. Close their case. Who will close? Okay. Leah, your time starts now.
My adjudicators and my attentive listeners, imagine a child cocked with fear, trembling at the slightest raise of an hand. A home where love and care are overshadowed by violence. This is the physical reality of students in Lagos. It is a relic of bygone area. Only the truth echoes louder than any argument. Education is not about breaking the child's body. It's about building the child's future. My opponent has spoken about Cain, fear, and instant obedience. But I may ask, can we truly educate through intimidation? Can we, in the 21st century, still believe that pain is the best teacher? As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. But how can we change the world by bruising its builders? Let's look at facts, not feelings. A 2023 UNESCO report shows that over 65% of Lagos students face physical discipline in schools. Yes, cases of indiscipline, truancy, and examination malpractice keep rising. If flogging worked, our classrooms will become temples of discipline, rather than echoing with fear, resentment, and silence. Discipline is necessary, yes, but there's a clear difference between discipline and damage. A farmer does not beat his crops to make it grow. Rather, he waters it, nurtures it, and removes the weeds. So why beat a child to make him grow? Consider Finland, one of the top-ranking education systems in the world. Corporal punishment was banned over 40 years ago, but today that students lead in global assessment because we are taught to think, not to tremble. Even here in Africa, Rwanda replaced the cane with counseling and mentorship, and the result, a 30% improvement in academic performance and engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, if flogging truly worked, prisons would be empty because there were few the people who were disciplined with the rod but never guided with wisdom. But there are few the people who are disciplined with the rod but never guided with wisdom. Absence of flogging does not mean absence of discipline. It means the presence of better discipline built on mutual respect, accountability, and responsibility. Let's remember the words of Martin Luther King Jr. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of education. Corporal punishment may silence curiosity. It may silence mischief, but it silences curiosity too. It may produce obedience, but it silences confidence. According to study by Geshoff and Grogan Keller 2016, discovered that students who are exposed to constant punishment become more aggressive and less empathetic, perpetuating cycles of violence in the society. Studies by UNICEF 2023 also shows that over 70% of Nigerian students face physical discipline in schools. Their cases of indiscipline, truancy, and examination malpractice keeps rising. So I ask, do you want to raise a generation that fears authority or a generation that understands responsibility? Do you want to raise leaders of conscience or followers of fear? Lagos is not just a city. It is the heartbeat of innovation in Africa. Our children are the pulse of that app. Let's not dull it with the whip. Let's sharpen it with wisdom. Introducing corporal punishment is not discipline. It is regression. Let Lagos lead, not lash. Let our classroom become what sort of character, not chambers of fear. Let us build students who stand tall, not because they fear the whip, but because they respect themselves and others. So as I close, remember this: when you strike a child, the pain fades, but when you guide a child, the wisdom stays. Let's teach with minds, not with sticks. Together, let's raise thinkers, not tremblers. And together, let Lagos shine. True love, understanding, and wisdom and dignity within our society. Thank you.
Well done. Right on time.
What a fierce and thoughtful face-off.
Oh, Femi, what a time this has been. Goodness.
From discipline to dignity, fear to fairness, this debate tackled the core of classroom control. Well done, all of you. Now we yield to the judges, arbiters of reason and referees of rhetoric. They'll weigh every word and declare a winner. Before that, we would hear from Diction Judge Yvonne. However, we have a break to take, and right after that break, we'll come straight to Yvonne and then the panel of judges who are scoring for the points and other things. Special thanks to our sponsors, GZ Industries, lead sponsor this season, and also to Obiwizi, to Fina Trust Microfinance Bank, and to Multiplan Pathway College for your support. We'll be right back in a moment.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Update. Here's the gist. New Good Mama detergent delivers express cleaning and fragrance boosters for extra freshness. All in a freshening pack made for your upgrade. Try it today.
Good Mama, the washing is fast. Good Mama, my fabric is barely fresh. Good Mama, express cleaning. Good Mama, my laundry isn't too smile.
There's a reason she's a good mama. Express cleaning, extra fresh.
Introducing Sniper Hotshot Multi-Purpose Insect Killer. Ready to use and fast acting. Available in stores nationwide. Sniper Hotshot. Be precise. Be powerful.
You don't just vibe to anything, and that's okay. Do you like it hot?
Hit me.
Then go for Mini Noodles Ninja Pepper flavored, the spicy rebel. Do you like it fresh?
Smooth.
Then get your Mini Noodles chicken and veggies flavor, the fresh king. Maybe you like to party.
Giggy.
Then you need to have a taste of Mini Noodles Patty Jollof flavor, party starter. Or you could be a foodie.
That's it.
And you'll love Mini Noodles sloppy chicken flavor, the foodie vibes. Whatever you like, Mini-Me's got a flavor for you, so pick your vibe. Mini-Me Noodles. Slop life.
Oh, the only detergent that keeps me bright and fresh. Bada look at you, I wouldn't wink. Viva Murphy England. It's all this up for hitting that in your better Viva, Chiri Viva. Maswaka, Toreno, Viva.
Viva Plus detergent, a quality cleaning powder from Aspira.
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggie Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggie Star Double Cubes, made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggie brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggie Double Cubes today. Me and Maggie, so good together.
This taste na banger, this taste na creamy rich, this taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1. Thickness, enjoyment, yumminess, happiness, delightfulness, deliciousness, smoothness. This taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1.
Enjoy more creamy richness with the new Nescafe Original 3-in-1 in the new pack. That's strong, finish strong.
It's the choices you make that set you apart from being good to being great. My choice? Nivea Men Deep Body Lotion with Max Tech, powered by Black Carbon. Gives you both dark wood fragrance and 48-hour moisture. And my other top choice for all-day freshness, Nivea Men Deep Roll-On for 72-hour protection and fragrance with Max Tech, powered by Black Carbon. Skin is for playing it smart. Nivea is for skin.
Update. Here's the gist. New Good Mama detergent delivers express cleaning and fragrance boosters for extra freshness. All in a freshening pack made for your upgrade. Try it today.
Good Mama, the washing is fast. Good Mama, my fabric is smelling fresh. Good Mama, express cleaning. Good Mama, my laundry reason to smile.
There's a reason she's a good mama. Express cleaning, extra fresh.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
At GZI, we believe corporate success must go hand in hand with community impact. Through our corporate social responsibility initiatives, we've supported lives across Nigeria, from donating protective coveralls to street sweepers nationwide to organizing free medical outreach programs for our host communities. We're committed to improving lives, promoting safety, and giving back wherever we operate. GZI, building communities, inspiring change.
What a great start to the week we had on Monday, and Tuesday promises even better. At 4 p.m., it's Rahmaniyah Private Schools versus Heritage Group of Schools, and they are tackling the topic, should corporal punishments be reintroduced in Lagos? Then at 5 p.m., Westview College goes head-to-head with Life Joy Academy on the topic, plastic bottles should be banned in Nigeria. 2 times, 2 topics, 1 stage, 1 qualifier for the round of 16. I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me on Tuesday as the qualifier for the next round unravels. I Beg to Differ Season 9. 32 schools, now 22. 1 winner, 5 million naira, 1 grand title, the champion of champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries, supported by Obiwizi, Finna Microfinance Bank, and Multiplan Pathway College. I Beg to Differ, a tournament of champions.
Welcome back. Time to quickly listen to Diction George Yvonne Okhaifo. She has thoughts to share with you all.
Thank you. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to both schools. I'll start with Rahmaniyah Private Schools. It is have your cake and eat it, not eat your cake and have it. Okay? You can't have your cake and eat it. Misdemeanor, not misdemeanor, misdemeanor. Okay? Say honorable, not honorable. Honorable judges. Honorable. The H is silent. These headlines. These are not tales. Not this and not tales. Use this when you're referring to one thing. But these, okay? That, those, all right? And to Heritage Group of Schools, I'll say, first of all, Albert Einstein, not Einstein. Einstein, okay? Albert Einstein. Rekindle, not rekindle. Rekindle. Say education. Edu, not edu. Edu. Say character, not character. Character, okay? Not character. Also say resort to, not result to. To resort to is to be the last point of call, to be the last option available. So when you resort to something, you accept it as your last point of call. You have no other option, so you're to result. First of all, result to is wrong. You say result in. When something results in something, it causes it. Okay, it's the cause of something. So you meant to say resort to, not result to. Okay. There's also a difference between perpetuate and perpetrate. A perpetrator, or someone who perpetrates something, is the one who does it, who commits the crime. Okay? To perpetrate something is to do something. To perpetuate something is to make sure it continues for a long time. Okay? So you meant to say perpetuate, not perpetrate. Say harm, not arm. you have to enunciate the H in harm, okay? So say harm, not arm. I will have to stop there, Femi, for want of time. Oh, by the way, one last one. Don't say an hand, okay? Use the indefinite article a with words that begin with consonant sounds. A hand, a book, a teacher. All of these words begin with consonants, okay? Use an with words that begin with vowels. An orange, an educator. See, a, e, vowels, okay? So instead of saying an hand, you should have said a hand. Femi, I'm done.
Thank you. Time now for the verdict. For the presentation round of this debate between Rahmaniyah Private Schools and Heritage Group of Schools, the judges score thus. In the presentation round, Judge Ama scores it Rahmaniyah 9, Heritage 10. Judge Ufoma scores it Rahmaniyah 9.5, Heritage 10. Chief Judge Chike scores it Rahmaniyah 9, Heritage 10. That is 27.5 to Rahmaniyah Private Schools and 30 to Heritage Group of Schools. The rebuttal round, Judge Ama scores it Rahmaniyah 7, Heritage 10. Judge Ufoma has it Rahmaniyah 8, Heritage 10, and Chief Judge Chike has it as Rahmaniyah 8.5, Heritage 10. That is 23.5 to Rahmaniyah and 30 to Heritage Group of Schools. Closing rounds, judges Chief Judge Chike and Judge Ufoma has it as 10-9. 10-9 in favor of Rahmaniyah. 10 to Rahmaniyah, 9 to Heritage Group of Schools. Judge Ama scores it as 10 for Heritage Group of Schools and 9.5 for Rahmaniyah. So that is 29.5 to Rahmaniyah Group of Schools and 28 to Heritage Group of Schools. The final scorecard for the three judges is 27.5 to 30 for Heritage for both judges Chike and Ufoma, and 25.5 to 30 for Judge Ama. Diction scoring is 10 to Rahmaniyah Private Schools and 8 to Heritage Group of Schools for your winner. By unanimous decision, all three scoring judges leaving out diction scoring by 96 points to 90.5 points. Let me reconfirm. Yes, 96 points to 90.5 points. Congratulations to the duo of Leah Zipale Yebatokoni and Deborah Toluwalope Babalola of Heritage Group of Schools of Fada, Ogun State. Congratulations
Thanks,
to
sir.
both of you.
Thanks, sir.
This must feel like sweet victory.
Yeah.
I'm sure it feels like sweet victory for Heritage Group of Schools. Considering that this is their third trial of the third one, right? Of course, I remember. They've come here once, come here again, and for this time, finally, they're advancing to the round of 16. We'll wait to see what happens in the next round, but well done. This is a testament to your resilience and to the saying that if you don't give up, something will give in. In this case, I beg to differ, has given it to you.
And for young Amira and Husna, I am exceptionally proud of you.
And it breaks my heart
Yeah, it does.
to see you go because, you are phenomenal. Amira, what a beautiful speaker you are. You as well. Well done, Husna. Well done, Amira.
You lost the first round by only 2.5 points, and the third by only half a point. You did prevail in the diction scoring, by the way, and because it's your first time, there are a lot of... I was surprised about how much you already knew, meaning you prepared for this.
Definitely.
Okay? And remember too, it is tougher for you, the position you took, it is tougher for you to argue in favor of corporal punishment than to argue against it. Remember that.
And you did wonderfully.
You did wonderfully well. You didn't fail. And here's the best part. There is a second regional final where you can still qualify for the national finals.
And we urge you to enter the competition in February.
Well done, both of you. Lagos, that is the first debate. Into the second hour, we now prepare to go right after this time out.
What a great start to the week. And Tuesday promises even better. At 4 p.m., it's Rahmaniyah Private Schools versus Heritage Group of Schools, and they are tackling the topic, should corporal punishments be reintroduced in Lagos? Then at 5 p.m., Westview College goes head-to-head with Life Joy Academy on the topic, plastic bottles should be banned in Nigeria. 2 times, 2 topics, 1 stage, 1 qualifier for the round of 16. I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me on Tuesday as the qualifier for the next round unravels. I Beg to Differ Season 9. 32 schools, now 22. 1 winner, 5 million naira, 1 grand title, the champion of champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries, supported by Obiwizi, Finna Microfinance Bank, and Multiplan Pathway College.